Hey guys, hope all's well, man. I hope you're all having a great day. Hope life's treating you really well. Had a really good lesson today. Have some good stuff to talk to you about, and really wanted to emphasize the importance of having a good why and finding out what you're doing. A lot of times you can get caught up just doing the grind and just working, and not really go anywhere. You have to have something that you're working towards. If you don't have that goal, or if you don't have a set of goals for that matter, you're just going to be driving. It's like getting in your car. I'm actually not driving while doing this video, so I know a lot of people always ask, maybe do a change of scenery. So for all you guys that requested that, this is for you. But it's like getting in your car and not necessarily having a place to go. You're just driving. And for all you drivers out there, if you don't know really where your destination is or where you want to go, you're never going to get there. Same goes for goals, and make those big goals. You're always going to move towards your dominant thought. So whatever you're keeping at the forefront of your mind and what you're thinking about on a daily basis, you're going to move towards. If you have big goals that you're setting for yourself, if you have things that you're going to accomplish just because you wrote them down, and you review them maybe every day, which is something I do. I really would encourage you guys to do the same. If you have some goals, make sure you keep those in front of you, because life's going to happen. People are going to do the things they do, and when you have those days that maybe you get a little down, or maybe you had someone tell you no, or maybe you didn't get the feedback you wanted. You want to have those goals and why you're doing what you're doing. So aside from goals, have a big why. What are you doing every day that's moving you towards what you want to accomplish in your life? For me, my parents were always around when I was a kid. When I was playing hockey, when I was going to school, my parents were always around. So I really valued that. They were there to take me and my brother. And that's something I really value, and that's something I really want to give back, to when I have a family as well of my own. Also, something that really drives me is to empower other people to really find out what their why is and to really accomplish more in their life. And because sometimes I talk to a lot of kids, and you ask them, well, what do you want to do, or why are you doing what you're doing, and they maybe don't know. And sometimes it's because they think that, maybe that's what they think they want to do, or maybe actually that's something they really want to move towards. And that's also either way. Really be passionate about what you're doing, but have a good why as to why you're doing it, and why you want to do what you want to do, and how is that going to get you to where you want to go. So for me, that was always that. I've always valued having good time freedom and being able to make the decisions I want in my life that are going to better not only myself but others. And that brings up another good point. The more you can take away and take the spotlight out of yourself on a daily basis, the more you're going to give, and the more you give back to others, the more successful you'll be, not only necessarily financially, but more from a fulfillment, and just giving back honestly has the greatest return. So that's something that just take the focus off yourself. Regardless of what you're doing, where you work, make it a point to help others. That's such an important part in life, and we see it on a daily basis of people who give back, charities, and the like. But getting back to the why, and really what are you doing to move yourself towards what you want to accomplish. And we talked about goals. Have goals. Goals are dreams with a deadline. You first have to have a goal in mind. Second, you have to have a deadline. When do you want to accomplish this? If you want to go to Italy and see the Roman Colosseum, but you don't know when you're going to get there, you'll always push things off. You'll always push that goal off if you don't have a deadline. And then the next thing is, and for a lot of different people, there's different ways to go about goal planning. I always depending on the goal, you want to have some action steps. So if maybe you're in sales and you want to make, instead of focusing on the end result, so instead of saying, hey, I want to make $10,000 in sales this month, say, well, instead focus on what you can control, and that's how many calls you make in a day, or how many people you're talking to on a regular basis. Maybe you're an athlete, instead of saying, hey, I want a 50 goal season, which is something that, it's a good goal to have. But instead, focus on, hey, I'm going to take 50 shots a day. I'm going to hit the gym, 6 days a week. And, focus on those things. The point of it is focus on the action steps to your goal, that you can control. But when it comes to dreams and, big goals, I've always had the success with reviewing my goals on a regular basis and putting a deadline to them, but not necessarily. But half the fun, I guess what I'm getting at is half the fun and the goal is necessarily not knowing how you're going to get there. If you knew how you're going to get anywhere, it would make life less exciting. Half the battle, and actually, for that matter, half the fun in life is the journey that you go through to get to where you want. When I was in college, you're not necessarily, your goal is to graduate, but half the fun and all the fun and excitement is all the people you're going to meet and the journey along the way. And so that's something that's important. And I'm starting to get off and rambling. I tend to do that. But I guess to close, really, guys, have a good why and make it a really strong why. Something that if you didn't accomplish, that would motivate you. Something that will motivate you on a daily basis. And I know a lot of people have that fear of regret. And I guess to finalize this whole conversation with you guys, and I hope you guys have taken some things from it, is you can either face the fear of discipline or face the fear of regret, where discipline weighs ounces but regret weighs tons. So keep that in mind, guys. I hope you guys had a great day, and life's good, and we'll talk to you guys later. Make it happen.